Meet Bridget and Jen, your go-to gals for laughs, wisdom, and real talk on the podcast Don't Get Me Started. From relationships to finding joy, they'll keep you inspired and entertained through life's adventures after 50. So hit that subscribe button and join Bridget and Jen for Don't Get Me Started, because life's too short for boring conversations.
Hello and welcome to another episode of
Don't Get Me Started.
I'm Jen.
I'm Bridget.
And we have a great episode on tap for you again. Today we're going to unpack the good, the bad, and the hilarious about friendship at 50 and beyond, because it can look a little different, right? It's not the same as kindergarten, right?
Very different. It's very different. How about the good, bad, and the ugly? How about that?
Yeah. Because, friendship at this stage of life can often be deeper, more meaningful, and a bit more complicated sometimes too.
Yep.
Yeah. So whether it's letting go of toxic friendships that we might have, making new friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cheering on old friends. In this episode, we're going to hit it all.
Did you ever sing that song to your kids? Probably not. I'm sure I was the only one. Make
New friends,
but keep the old. Some are silver and some are gold. Okay, that's cool. You did too?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Oh yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's a great way to start, right?
Yeah.
Because there are different levels of friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
as you get older, you learn to that it's not that important. It's not the amount. It's not the quantity.
right.
It's the quality.
It's the quality.
And it did start young with, with my kids,
Mhm.
really, and especially with girls.
Yeah.
I never had this challenge with Connor,
Mhm.
but with Kate, I would get a lot of the, she would come home sad or crying, and it was basically just mean girls.
Mhm.
Girls can be mean
Yeah.
and stupid and catty. And I always told Katie, don't you worry, honey. I said, they're acting out of jealousy.
Right.
So I told her every single time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's and it changes. It evolves, right?
Mhm.
As we.
it does evolve. But I don't think that the personalities of the people you've had to deal with when you were little change.
No.
Your tolerance
changes.
to deal with them
Mhm.
changes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because there comes a point where you just feel like, I don't need this.
No. Why does it take us so long in life to figure that out? Or me anyway.
Right.
Why
No,
did-
I know. You know what I think? Well, I think a lot of that has to do with, we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right?
Yeah.
When really we're just hurting our own feelings by
We're
keeping.
just putting up with a lot of crap.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yep. But you're right. It's about the quantity, or not the quantity, but
Quality.
the quality.
Yeah.
That we have. And it's okay. You don't need a huge circle.
No, when I think back to, I think probably the toughest years for me were high school.
Mhm.
And I never was a cliquey person,
Mhm.
although I always felt like like you were supposed to be, like that was the important thing, was to be a part of a group,
Right.
a larger group, but I never was. I was always a loner.
Mhm.
That's just the way I was.
Mhm.
And I was good with that. And I always had just one or two best friends,
Mhm.
which that was tricky, because it was a juggle between the two. It was Lisa and Patty. I remember that,
Uh-huh.
and so I think Patty moved away, and then it was just Lisa, But
Yeah.
I'm still kind of that way. I think I've always known innately that I didn't have the energy to spread myself too thin. Like it was, to me, it's kind of all or nothing, you
Yeah.
know? and I've gotten deeply hurt by hanging on to that philosophy, putting all my eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And whether it was a relationship or, like a girly friendship,
Right.
either one, I've gotten hurt badly.
Yeah.
But, did that change the way I created friendships going forward? No. I think you have to continue to give it 110%, even though it could fail and be painful. There's no sense in giving it less.
Right.
That's just how I am.
Yeah. And it's not the same when like when you're in high school, obviously the friends you make are those that you were surrounded by, right? And then you go off to college or whatever, and,
some
go
stick,
to
some
work,
don't.
go to the workplace, and those, that's where you make friends. It can be difficult, and then once you have children, your kids, meet friends, and their parents are who come into your life, right? And kind of become your new circle, especially if they're playing sports. You're sitting on the side, you're spending a lot of time with these parents sitting on the sidelines. And then your kids graduate, and then it's like, well, how do you make friends when you hit that next stage? Like, how do you meet new people? How do you,
I think what's important is that we learn to give ourselves grace when some of the relationships don't last,
right.
Like an example, like you just said, you start off with a group of friends that you all get together because of the circumstance.
Yes.
So you all get together anyway. Okay. So say there's 10 of you,
Yeah.
Some of those 10 are going to meet without you.
Right.
You're going to meet with some of them without the rest. And that gets tricky because, recently there was a group of us that did everything together, and it would separate and go into little subgroups. And I remember thinking to myself, if that ever hurt my feelings, like if that, it would hurt my feelings sometimes if I would know that, you went out, y'all went out last Saturday. But the way I have to rationalize it in my brain is that I think to myself, would I have picked up my phone and called person A, B, or C to go out one-on-one? Would I do that? And if the answer was no, just because I didn't feel that comfortable around that person, or we really didn't have that much in common, just her and I, then I'd say to myself, see there now, Bridget, you have no reason to feel bad because you wouldn't have gone out with that person anyway. Right. So I mean that happens. That's what goes on in my brain, when that stuff. So, and a lot of it, a lot of those groups have completely fizzled out, just down to 1 or 2 people. And that's just the way it is.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a group of ladies, our boys, since some of our boys have played soccer together since elementary school. And then some joined along the way, middle school and high school. But all the boys graduated together. And all the boys are now seniors in college, but us moms, there's 6 of us, I think, that get together once a month. We call it book club. We're not reading any book. I mean, we all read, but we're not reading. We call it book club. My son says, "Oh, you're going to gossip club." I said, "That's not nice, honey. Mommy doesn't do that." But even though our sons have gone their separate ways, the boys are still. They're not all in school together, but they're all still a very close group of boys, and still do things together, which is fantastic to see that, they can still be friends, but they're all still friends. It's still a group of moms that, we still do come together and, just because we're not sitting on the soccer field together, we still enjoy seeing each other once a month.
And that's good. And that's important.
Yeah, it really is. And it's nice just to see them and just get together and, catch up with what's going on in their kids' lives too, because these boys are like my surrogate sons, because I spend so much time watching them on the field.
How
too.
long have you and that group of ladies been getting together?
Since what, 4 years?
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And it's, it's a little easier. We don't hit every month, because summer's kind of difficult with travel and, kids doing this, that, or the other, and not. But I would say it's about 8 months out of the year we're able to,
Good.
get a dinner together. And that's, it's nice to know. It's also nice to know that, we still do. We have each other's back if, we need it. And, Have you been stabbed in the back by any of your adult friends? Oh, wow. I can't say that I have. But I'm pretty choosy.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty picky. I would say that there might be some that kind of have fallen off. You know what I mean? And not in a negative way or because we weren't close or anything. You know what I mean? But just because the commonality maybe wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it was because of any hostile type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it could just be that I'm not as good of a judge of character as you are. I'm just set myself up for failure sometimes, Yeah. I don't know what people can see things before I do, and they'll give me a heads up that, that person is toxic for you or that person is. And I guess I just, I do see the good in people before I'll notice the bad,
right?
Yeah. So
yeah. When we're talking about, we were talking about how when you're young, it's easy to make friends, right? Because you go to school and you either.
Will you be my friend? I mean, I use that. Yeah.
Yeah. Will you be my friend?
Yeah.
And then, again, you go off to the workplace and there's people there, but then, that's changing now too. Some people are working from home, so you're not seeing as many people. It can be difficult to make friends.
Oh, yeah, Zoom meetings, everything's done that way. Yeah.
Right. I have heard, in fact, I saw a really cute story the other day. This doesn't have anything to do with friendship, but it was a cute story. It was about a Georgia football player who joined, so I was going to say, the segue into this is join a book club.
Yeah.
But there was a really cute story about this Georgia football player who joined this women's book club.
I saw that.
Did you see that? How cute was that?
Yeah. How did that start? How did how did that start? Do you remember?
I don't remember how it started. I just remember that he started going to the book club.
He met somebody.
Oh, in the Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He was at the Barnes and Noble, and the lady was standing there talking, and she just started this random conversation and was like, "You should come to our book club." And they have a real book club, not like my book club.
And it's all ladies. It's all ladies.
It's all ladies that are about, I assume,
our age or older. I
right.
think. Yeah.
Right.
And he was probably half that age.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was, what in college?
I remember.
Yeah.
That was sweet. You can look it up. Just Google any of those words, it'll show up. It's a sweet story.
Anyway, my point was join a book club.
It's a good way to meet people.
A pickleball league, that's big now. I don't play pickleball, but I know many people that do and know that it's
Rotary, Kiwanis.
Yeah.
Zonta.
Locally here, we have the community house.
I was going to say community house,
Yeah. And I think
volunteering. Everybody needs volunteers.
Yeah. that's a great way to meet new people. And
Like-minded people.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's probably what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What are some things that that you think could be awkward though?
In friendships at our age,
Yeah.
Well, the most awkward for me is cutting off, getting rid of a friendship that has like already started. Mostly as far as the other person is concerned. And again, I think that is because some people create friendships. Well, everybody creates friendships because it includes an ingredient that you want. Okay, so it's like you're adding to your character. Unfortunately, a lot of that is the what did you call it? Energy vampires.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll have people that want to be your friend for the wrong reasons, and it's hard. It's awkward for me to get rid of those.
Yeah.
I'm learning how, but it's awkward to try and just say no, thank you, turn down offers, to meet with the person.
Right.
Or just, blocking them, I don't know, just feeding into their, that's the hardest part for me.
Yeah, agree. Setting boundaries is out.
Yes.
Hard because again, I think it goes back to, well, I don't want to hurt their feelings but at the same time, yeah. I mean, it's, there's so many avenues now. I mean, I can't tell you how many people that I have met just on social media, and then we meet in real life. You know what I mean? And so that's the good part, I think, of social media, because I think we obviously know the dark side of social media. There's the haters, there's the
stalkers, creepers.
Right, right. Yeah. I have, I've learned how to block people like it's my day job.
Yeah.
But I have also met a lot of people, a lot of wonderful ladies on there that have, just we've communicated, and then we end up getting to meet in real life. And
so it's just meeting people on social media just happens to be our technology nowadays. And that's just like, meeting somebody in a group that you normally would have in the past, in person, and so we still have to apply the rules and the boundaries that we do anyplace else. And I too have met you, and then probably 2 or 3 other people in Lee County that I absolutely adore. But I'm like, why do you think it's so hard for us to keep boundaries? Why does that hurt so bad? Why is it so hard to do that? It's like we resist it. I do.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just that we're just too kind. No, my kids wouldn't say that.
Yeah. It's just, it's very hard to say no.
It is. Yeah. No, but I mean, we have to, we have to learn.
It does get easier the more we do it.
It does. Yeah. All right. Where do we want to go? Do we want to do our nail salon wisdom?
Nail salon
wisdom. Okay. Nail salon wisdom for today. Friendship isn't about who you've known the longest. It's about who shows up when it matters the most. Ooh, I like that, huh? Yeah.
Who's going to call first if you go dark for 24 hours?
Yeah.
Do you know who would be the first one to
Oh
call
yeah,
you?
I do. I do.
Who?
I mean, aside from my daughter, yes. Yeah, I have a friend, her and I have been friends since middle school. And I mean, I think she worries when I don't send a meme within 1 hour.
Yeah,
you know, because
or share a TikTok.
Yeah, because we do that all day. And I think she probably wants to send the search crew out when she doesn't hear from me for like 3 hours. Is everything okay? So 24 would be a big stretch. Unless I warn her ahead of time.
Yeah. Hands down. I mean, unfortunately, my son or my husband probably wouldn't. I mean, they probably a little too much time would go by before either of them.
But and it's not because they don't love you. It's that thought just wouldn't cross their mind.
No. But
that's not how they think.
It would be number one, my sister in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Because, like you just said, we are ridiculous with sending cartoons back and forth. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we're very good at making each other laugh, laugh, or make fun of people. Okay. Yeah. And she, sometimes
my daughter and I name people. We give everybody a name.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes
we're not really mean. It's just
or the other big meme that my sister and I do back and forth is when she comes down here to Florida to visit, or vice versa. If I go up to Boulder Junction, have you ever seen couples do those cute trapeze or you lay on my back and I'm gonna go forward and then you go like this and you do like these body designs.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So we make fun of that because we're both just awkward and a bit out of shape. But we send each other, here's what we're gonna do next time we see each other. Here's what we're gonna do next time we see each other. So she definitely, because sometimes if a day or two have gone by and I haven't posted on social media, because sometimes it's not ever because I'm too busy. It's either because I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
Seriously, I have to be feeling it.
Right.
Either I'm not feeling it or I'm sick. I'm sick in bed. Okay.
Yeah.
So she'll be the first one. Is everything okay? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right away. If she doesn't see a morning TikTok from me or morning social media. Second, my daughter Kate. Because we start off every morning. Every morning we send each other a picture of what our dogs are doing at 7 in the morning. How they're sprawled out. Are they waiting with a toy next to our face? Are they whatever? Okay, so we that, and then I get every night at bedtime I get a Zoom call from her dog. Okay,
I love it.
So that's it. So it would be my sister and my daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, what did you had nail salon? What was our nail salon?
Yes, nail salon wisdom.
Nail salon wisdom. My nail salon wisdom. I would say go dark. Let's go dark. It's seasonal. It's winter.
Oh yeah.
Do a nice dark color. Unlike me. Okay. Go dark. Okay.
Although I'm going Saturday, and I think I'm going to go pink.
Oh, really?
Well, I've been dark blue for.
I'm actually going to go dark blue teal. Okay, so we're going to switch
nice.
swatch. She's going to go in for this, and I'm going to go in for. I'm going to go dark.
Nice. Good. How's about we invite our listeners to share any of their friendship stories?
Share your friendship stories. Go on to you can reach us many ways. Our newest is our Facebook page. Don't Get Me Started.
Yep.
Make your comments, answer a poll.
Any of that?
Give us suggestions, give us challenges that we can solve them for you.
Yeah. And most importantly, make sure that you like and subscribe, whether it's on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you are listening to us or watching us. Make sure that you are subscribed. So
that we can remind you when the next one is.
That's right. Give us a little like in there. And we would appreciate it.
Okay, stay sunny and sassy.
Stay sun-kissed and sassy, sunny and sassy. And here's to friends who bring sunshine into our lives.
Cheers, cheers.
See you next time.
Meet Bridget and Jen, your go-to gals for laughs, wisdom, and real talk on the podcast Don't Get Me Started. From relationships to finding joy, they'll keep you inspired and entertained through life's adventures after 50. So hit that subscribe button and join Bridget and Jen for Don't Get Me Started, because life's too short for boring conversations.